Hello everyone, my name is Lauren B. This is the Untitled Tarot. You have just stumbled upon the collective coffee for the week of November 22nd onward to the 29th. So I do these on Sundays after I get done doing the Sunday service, after we get a nice little dose of Jesus. And basically what we do is we go through all 12 signs, pull a couple cards, see what the energy you're going to be dealing with for the coming week is. It's real fun. They're usually a little long. We like to hang out. We like to chit chat. We do our thing. But if you are returning to Collective Coffee, thank you very much for coming back. If you are new to the Honeycomb, welcome. We are very, very happy to have you. Let's see if all the bees are going to roll in. They're going to buzz in this morning. Alzai Tarot, Charlize, Amy. Yes. Sitting on the dock of the bay. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. It's a good song. Otis. Gotta love Otis, Amy. Maria. Oh, beautiful. Thanks, Maria. I'm so glad that you liked it. Hi, Crystal. Welcome. We're very happy to have you. You're what we call a newbie. We're all family here. That's why I really like to do these live streams too, because everyone gets to like talk to each other a little bit more. Hi, Angel. Hello. Sagittarius from Philippines. Yes, I saw you commented on the Sagittarius Patreon video that I made live on the YouTube as a little birthday present to Sagittarius. Welcome. Violet Sky, welcome. Look at the bees buzzing in nice and early. I like that. I like that. I'm trying to think what I have. I feel like I have a couple updates. They're eluding me. Let me see. The Sagittarius December monthly video, that got posted this morning. If you have any Sagittarius placements, or if you're just curious what the Patreon monthlies look like, that one is up. For the rest of the Patreons, the rest of the monthly videos they're gonna go live later today. If you are on the Patreon, we are also doing the lunar video today. Today is a first quarter moon in Pisces. Pisces moon. Woo, y'all, Pisces moon. Aw, thanks, Crystal. Hi, Chrissy. Oh, you're a Libra. Oh, I love Libras. Yeah, Crystal, I answer questions sometimes. Absolutely. Collective Coffee's fun. We run through all the signs, but we hang out too. We kind of hang out, we chit chat. But yeah, so Sagittarius Patreon monthly is live on the YouTube as a little birthday gift. The rest of the monthly readings on the Patreon, those are going to go live a little bit later. The lunar stream for the first quarter moon in Pisces, planting seeds, that is going to go up after this. I'm going to film that after this. And then what other updates do I have? End of the month videos on the YouTube. I'm going back to Callie. I'm going back to the Element by Design readings. I mixed it up last month, I guess this month for November. I did mini monthly readings, and those were really fun, and you guys seem to really like those, but I'm going back to the Element by Design readings. I really like those. I think I prefer them, and I think we get more out of them. I think we get more out of the Element by Design readings, and you know what? They're different. They're just different that I feel like a lot of other people are doing. And it's like so unique to us here, and I miss them. I miss the Element by Design readings, so I'm probably going to get started on those today, so those will be up for you. So the Element by Design readings and the regular weekly readings will be up this week. Kay Gerald, hello. Hello. Maria, by the way, I love the writing on your wall above your head. Oh, thanks. It was here when I got here. Another temporary location. You know me, I'm quite the vagabond. Crystal Pickett, I got a question about my ex. He is a Scorpio dealing with a Cancer. What can you pick up about him? I just want to know. I'm so worried. He's a Scorpio dealing with a Cancer, like a third party situation. Crystal, is that what you're getting at? Palmer, you thought I was done? Done doing what, Nana? I was done with Sunday service. We do Sunday service on Sundays, and then after that we do the collective coffee. So we do both on Sundays. Flower Child Moonbeam. I just love that name. Flower Child Moonbeam. I just love it. Yeah. I do them separately. Otherwise, it'd be like a 3-hour video. It'd be too much. It'd be too long. Crystal. Yes. Third-party situation. I always encourage not being a part of third-party situations. I have been there before, girl. No judgment. I have been there before. It is best, I find, to let people deal with their own stuff. Just let people deal with their own stuff in their own time, and by focusing on your journey. You know, I always say, in the past for me, I've taken blocks of concrete and I tried to carve them into eagles and then tie them around my ankle and wonder why I couldn't fly, and that it was just easier if I just sort of untied myself, allowed myself to fly, and those that were meant to fly next to me would just meet me in the sky. They would just meet me in the sky. But we are going to go through all the signs. Nothing, Palmer. We're just was doing some updates, little chit-chat, and we're going to get started with the signs in just a moment. I'm just shuffling up these cards, saying hi to everyone, messing with my hair. you know how we do here. We're going to start with Sagittarius. I think we're going to start with Sagittarius because it is Sagittarius season. Happy birthday to the Saggies. I have a dear friend. It's his birthday today. 11/22. Two master numbers today with a first quarter moon in Pisces. Hello. Leading up to the full moon in Gemini, which is an eclipse on the 30th. So that's really intense. I think it's really interesting that I've been noticing in a lot of the Pisces readings that it's really been, Pisces has been like really, really quiet. They've really been like working on some new stuff, been working on like a lot of new stuff for themselves. And then meanwhile, the Gemini readings have really been, like it's been real hard for the Geminis to really kind of like shake out a lot of the old behaviors, like a lot of the fear, a lot of the doubts, like a lot of the stuff from like the old season and the old cycle. So I think it's really interesting that the first quarter moon is in Pisces and then the full moon eclipse is going to be in Gemini. It's really going to be a big time of like exaltation, of us really kind of having to either commit to the new cycle, the new season, and the things that it will require of us, or being forced to sit in another round of the old karmic cycle. Hell yeah, happy birthday, Saggies. Happy birthday, Saggies. And it's the Archers. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for reminding me. Sagittarius is also the Archer in the tarot. So I think that it's, and the Zodiac. I think that it's interesting because Pisces really it's a very dreamy sign. Hold on, I'm dropping things. Oh. It's a really dreamy sign. So it's really requiring us to do like a lot of reflection right now, especially for the next couple days. Because then I believe the moon moves into Aries. So that way we can harness, like get enough rest, like kind of like recharge the batteries. Like I pretty much put I had like a lot of plans this week and I put them pretty much all on hold just so I could like work and then rest and then work and then rest. So that way we can kind of recharge the batteries, refill up the juice. So that way when that Aries moon hits, on top of being on fiery Sagittarius season, we'll have like all of the drive, all of the gumption, all of the rest that we need to really like send that arrow forward, right? Kind of hit the mark. Look at these 3 cards that just flew out. Absolutely, Crystal. You should focus on you. Because you're a beautiful thing to focus on, you know? I take that as confirmation. You're a beautiful thing to focus on. God has a lot of really good, beautiful things in store for you, so we don't want to miss it. We spend too long focusing on the external, and we kind of miss all the good stuff that he has for us. And like I said, I have been there. I built a summer house there. I learned all those lessons the hard way, so. All right. Crack my back. Oh! Everybody notice? our little team logo. I tried to put this as a thumbnail for the video, but YouTube's giving me a hard time. There's some weird juju flying around. YouTube's giving me a hard time about my thumbnails. So, all right, let's pray, y'all. Father God, thank you for bringing me and the bees here today. I ask that you give me wisdom and clarity to deliver these messages. I ask that you bless and cover these cards, and we may bring forth the best guidance and advice for all the signs for this week in their highest of love, light, alignment, and assignment. We praise you and we thank you always to the utmost high. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen, bees. Amen. We'll go 3. We'll go 3 today. Palmer, you can always ask me a question. You guys can always ask me questions. I'm here. I love you guys. I'm here for you. What was it? Was it 2 weeks ago? Was it 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, Palmer? And I was in the middle of the readings, and they were like, pull these cards for Palmer. And I was like, okay, I'll pull these cards for Palmer. All right, Sagittarius just started singing in my house in the middle of the street. Now I'm hearing that song. Dancing in the street in New York City. All we need is music, sweet music. There'll be music everywhere. There'll be singing and swaying and records playing. My girl, can you please ask? Two weeks ago, yeah, I thought, what is the eclipse taking away or bringing in? I think it's a little bit of like what I said, because, well, one, I think it's bringing in the wind. I'm getting like wheat from the tear sort of thing. It's like that sifting. It's like, I forget what they call it. It's like, basically, it's when you throw, like, all the wheat and everything in the air, and then you allow the wind to come through, and it blows away, like, any of the debris. So, like I said, Pisces has really been, like, working on a lot of, like, intentions, a lot of, like, future stuff, forward-moving stuff. But in the Gemini readings, it's really been coming out that they've been, like, felt really stuck, like, almost glued to, like, the fear, poverty, scarcity mindset of the past, really almost, like, paralyzed, really preventing themselves from moving forward. It's like Pisces has been trying to move forward with such an intensity, but being very quiet about it. And Gemini's almost been paralyzed, unable to move. So I think what the eclipse is doing, it's almost like this superseding energy that's coming in that will either push you through farther into your new season, or it's gonna, again, it's like or it's gonna make you like get stuck in another karmic cycle if you like refuse to kind of let go. If you refuse to kind of let go. And sometimes it's not that we just like refuse because we're like so stubborn. Sometimes it's like things that we really like cannot let go of, but that also comes to us being really like honest with ourselves, and then just like taking it to the divine, taking it to God, and being like, I can't release this. Like, either show me, teach me why, or please help me release it because I really want to move forward, right? 2 steps forward, 10 steps back. Yeah, but you know what? Sagittarius season is the Archer. Sometimes, you know, when you want to hit a mark with an arrow, you have to pull that string back. You have to go backwards. You have to create that tension, because in that there's an alchemization. So that way when you release it, right, the arrow can go farther, faster, straighter. It will hit its mark. Otherwise, if you didn't have that pull back and you just like threw it, it wouldn't go that far, and it probably wouldn't hit the mark that you wanted. Oh, thanks, Amy. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. Sagittarius. 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands this week. You're getting some kind of communication in. Look at that glows. Look at that glows. How pretty. Artemis. You typed Artemis, and all I heard is Amadeus, 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 Amadeus. The 80s. I'm having an 80s moment today. I'm having an 80s moment today. I'm getting some kind of like a maybe like a group project or something is going on for you, perhaps, Sagittarius. Maybe because it's like your birthday, right? Maybe you're celebrating your birthday. But Eight of Wands, this is a card of communication, but I'm also seeing wands representing fire. I'm also seeing like almost everybody putting their 2 cents in, everybody putting in their fires, everybody putting in their ideas, and that kind of group collaboration, that participation is creating almost like a burst of life, a burst of creativity, a burst of ideas. There's something in that it's a collective, a collaborative communication is going on this week. It's not just coming from you or towards you. It's like collaborative communication. And this Death and the Rebirth wants to come in as well. This is also in this deck. This is a Light Seers Tarot. I don't know if I mentioned that. This is the Light Seers Tarot. This Death and Rebirth often talks about perspective. Again, did you see how that kind of mirrors this like burst of life, right? This burst of creativity, and it kind of mirrors what it is in here. I think there might be something about some kind of collaboration, collective contribution that's going on this week that might change your perception or your perspective on something. I'm hearing something about like your faith in people. Your faith in people. It might like realign your faith in people this week. Hi, Katrina. Thanks. Love and light. Yeah. Because you have the 9 of Cups in reverse and you have the Emperor in reverse too. Whatever kind of collaborative communication project, working together with people on something this week, it's going to change your perspective on the idea that, 1, you can't get your wish fulfillment. You can't get your wish fulfillment. And 2, with the Emperor in reverse, that it's like you have no control whatsoever, because, you know, there's so much more that is out of our control than in our control. But we are conscious co-creators in our existence, right? And so much of what we see outside of us has to do with the perspective that we hold for a particular person, place, thing, potential, future. It's almost like we create the reality with our perspective before we ever see it kind of manifest in the 3D. I'm also getting this energy of you kind of releasing control a little bit on what your 9 of Cups, what your wish fulfillment has to look like, right? It might be in terms of this like collective collaboration that you're doing. It might come through a little bit like, oh, this was better than what I had in mind. This is better than what I had in mind. I'm actually seeing the Cancer weekly video that I did last week called Better Than Expected. They're showing that to me in my head. Love and light is here. 9 of Cups, interesting. 7 of Cups, beautiful. Options, being able to look at different options now as well, Sagittarius, this week. Different because it's Cups energy, so that's water as well. Different things that'll make you happy. Realizing that there's different things than perhaps you were considering in the past this week that could make you happy. Again, a different way of looking at your 9 of Cups. Maybe originally it was just this one particular person, and now you're having some kind of, maybe you're having a birthday meetup and there's someone else, right? Or I have to do this job a certain way, and then somebody kind of flips then reverses it on you, and then you're like, oh, you know, I didn't think that I could actually enjoy this. Like, I thought I wanted to be in the leader role, but turns out I'm better at delegation, or I actually prefer working behind the scenes, or it's that kind of energy. Something better than expected. It's going to restore your faith in people this week and help you redefine what your wish fulfillment is. That's nice. Let's see. Capricorn. We'll take that. Your cards don't want to shuffle, Cap. Why is that? Why is that? Let's take them out. Hold please for production. My hair's bothering me today. Capricorn, this week, I'm gonna need you to do me a favor. Between me and you, Capricorn, I'm gonna need you to get out of this defeatist mindset, this defeatist mentality, because that's what you're doing this week. You're snuffing out your own goals and dreams and potential with just negativity, with a defeatist attitude, and I won't stand for it. We're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it this week, because look, we have the Ace of Pentacles and the King of Swords in reverse, with the Ace of Wands in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And this all feels like crap to me. None of this even feels real. This feels like all like there's a slump. You hit a little slump, like a little roadblock, bump in the road, and you're basically assuming that that little road bump is like the rest of your story, and it's not. And the only card that we have upright is the King of Wands. This is a planner. This is someone who's confident. This is your homework for this week, Capricorn, is put down all of this like negative mindset, defeatist attitude, especially about your money, because this Ace of Pentacles is screaming at me. This is you. None of the seeds that I'm planting, I'm not bringing in enough money, all of that stuff, it's not working. I don't have any idea of how to make things better. Nothing I'm doing is working. I'm feeling a little cold. I'm feeling closed off. I'm feeling almost like get away from me, because nothing is going in my favor and I don't see it getting better anytime soon. You need to put that in the garbage. You need to mail that up and send that back to wherever it came from. And you need to sit in your King of Wands. Sagittarius season, Aries moon kicks in the 24th, so 2 days from now on Tuesday. You need to harness this fire energy and start making plans. Drive those plans through. Just keep pushing. If you have a plan and it's not working, if at first you don't try again, right? Progress comes with persistence as well. You have this line back here, one that's talking about Jesus energy. Harness that power and authority. Remember where you come from. So it also talks about strength. Gather up your strength. Maybe you need to take the rest of Sunday and you need to just like lick your wounds, you know, like a little lion. You need to rest up, right? But this is about gathering your confidence, making plans, creativity, fiery, focus, passion, forward moving. Hold up your wand, hold your crown up, show it to everyone if you need to. If you gotta flex a little bit this week, you flex a little bit in the mirror if it's gonna make you feel better. But you gotta harness this confidence, because that fire energy is going to be the thing to supersede all of this weird energy right here. No more defeatists. Don't play the victim. Don't play the martyr. The world is not out against you. God is not against you. He is for you. He's not holding your blessings in front of your face, trying to like trick and torment you. That's not what it is. You hit a slump. You hit a roadblock. You hit some persistence. Maybe part of that is for you to prove to yourself that you can be persistent, that you can be consistent, and that you can hold your ground and push through on all of your plans and goals for yourself, right? No matter what it looks like in your natural surroundings. That's why we walk by faith and not by sight. If this is what is in your heart to do, then you follow it through. Don't give up that easy. Don't be a defeatist. Don't be like, woe is me. Push through. Dig your heels in and push through. But take a day, rest up. You gotta cry it out. You gotta scream it out. You gotta just be like, take that minute, do it, watch some Netflix, have a little comfort food, get a good night's sleep, and then get up Monday and Tuesday and keep pushing through. So that mountain will move. You know, there's life and death in the power of the tongue. If you have to speak to that mountain, you speak to that mountain. Any delays, you will move. In the name of Jesus, you will move. That's right, 9 of Wands. Stand your ground. What's yours cannot be taken from you. And you know what? I get it. I'm not picking on you. My North Node's in Capricorn, so I get it. I've been talking to some mountains. I understand. I sympathize. I empathize. Aquarius. Capricorn needs some motivational speeches this week. And on my channel, I have all of like the sign videos and playlists for your convenience, but I also have the Vault collection, like the Vault Shufflemancy, if you want to kind of talk to God through music. I have the vault meditations for if you want to meditate, or if you like to put them on like a good night playlist. I put them on a good night playlist. But I also have the vault motivations. I don't know if a lot of people know that, but there's a lot of like motivational speeches and like get back out there and get back on your feet, and you know, like there's a lot of those kind of videos in there too. So if you're feeling like you might need that this week, go into the playlist section on my channel and scroll down until you find the vault motivations, and there's a lot of stuff in there for you. All right, Aquarius. I feel like they want me to do it like this for you. We got to get rid of some baggage this week, Aqua. Getting rid of baggage. We have the 5 of Swords in reverse and the 3 of Cups. This is you this week. Again, everybody's like, they're like doing a little bit of that like negative Nancy projecting thing. We need to get out of the 5 of Swords, which is stress. This week we are getting out of stress, anxiety, paranoia, suspicion about the fact that we're not going to get what we want. 3 of Wands is community. It's celebration. It's rejoicing. Particularly in the simplicity. And this card talks about in the simplicity of everything. Not needing a whole lot in order to be happy, right? That's what we're doing this week. It's a redefinition of what's going to make you happy. To amplify, we simplify this week, Aquarius, right? It could be this energy of feeling like you don't have enough in order to accomplish everything you want to accomplish, realizing that in order to accomplish what you want to accomplish, you don't need as much as you think. You almost just need like that power, perseverance, like we were talking about with Capricorn. You just need like the integrity of your heart. Like that's all you need, and the rest will come through, because then you have the King of Swords and you have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. So this is like logically realizing that there's some like baggage, there's some stuff you need to release, right? Again, it's like stress, it's anxiety. Almost assuming that like you're not going to be successful, assuming that things aren't going to get better, that you're not going to have that like celebration, rejoicing kind of thing. It's almost like happiness, like just pure happiness, worrying that you're not just going to have pure happiness. Like things are always going to be the way that they've been in the past, and they're not. You have to kind of let your masculine energy like supersede, kind of like stand up and protect that inner feminine. Again, like I'm not going to receive the things that I want. I'm not going to receive joy. This guy needs to stand up and be like, no, excuse me, miss, you need to let go of all of that stuff. And you need to like think with your brain a little bit, right? Be like a little bit logical. And then with this Knight of Cups, I mean, I'm hearing that it's like you need to communicate, because Knights bring messages, and Cups being like love and like emotions, all that stuff. Speak lovingly to yourself this week. Be nice to yourself this week. See these flowers? He's got like a little picnic. Do something nice for yourself this week, Aquarius, right? Go get yourself a plant. Go get yourself a flower if you want. You know what I mean? Put it in a vase in your room, in your kitchen. Draw yourself a bubble bath. Go get yourself a book. Get yourself a new book. Get yourself a coloring book. Take a night and order Chinese and like watch a movie from when you were little. Like do something nice for yourself this week. I don't know what it is. It's going to be differently, but it's almost like woo yourself, right? Again, with these masculine energies, there's all of these like wounded feminine energies kind of going in about the inability to receive. You're not allowing yourself to receive. So your inner masculine energies need to stand up this week and like sort of woo yourself, date yourself, pamper yourself, do something nice for yourself. Because like logically kind of just be like, well, I'll just do it for myself then. And you'll have the best night. Some of the best nights I have is just like, I'm gonna grab a bottle of wine. I'm gonna watch Harry Potter. I'm gonna eat some comfort food. I'm gonna paint my nails. Like I'm gonna do whatever. Masculine or feminine, you know what I mean? Maybe if you're a guy, then what that means is, you know what? I'm gonna go work on my car. I'm gonna go do a puzzle. Whatever it is that you like to do. I'm gonna do a crossword puzzle. I'm gonna watch football by myself tonight and just pig out. Like whatever it is that you like to do, you do that this week. Do something nice for yourself this week. Take yourself on a date. Take yourself on a date this week, Aquarius. Your inner masculine needs to come up and like woo your inner wounded feminine a little bit, if only just to remind yourself that whatever it is that you're seeking, that you want, that like you can provide it for yourself. You can provide it for yourself, that you don't need anyone else to do that for you. Heck yes, take yourself on a date. I love taking myself on a date. You gotta Netflix and chill with yourself. That's probably what I'm gonna do later. I'm gonna probably go buy more wine. And then I'm gonna finish watching The Crown. Need some snacks. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna put on my finest comfy pants, my most unattractive pajamas, maybe a little face mask, just get as fat and ugly as I possibly can and like watch some Netflix. Probably pass out at like 9:30. It's gonna be great. Temperance, balance, right? Balance it out. When you get real stressed like that, maybe they're telling me to balance. Maybe they're like, you don't need another wine and Netflix night. And I'm like, well, yeah, I do. Yeah, I sure do. I know, Palmer. See, I just started watching it yesterday. Ooh, more pretzels. I just started watching The Crown yesterday. I realized that it was, the new season is like the Princess Diana one. And I was like, ooh, I want to watch that. But they told me I had to start from the beginning. So I did, which was good because I got like a lot of really good like ministering and revelations through starting The Crown from the beginning. It was actually the topic of Sunday service today, so it actually was right. And I think I'm almost done with season 1 anyway. I'm almost done with season 1, but I have to finish Gilmore Girls still. But I'm on The Crown right now. I'm on The Crown. I was gonna watch The Queen's Gambit, but no, I'm not ready. I'm not in the right place mentally and emotionally and spiritually to be watching that. I'm like funny, like I have to be, especially right now, like God's really doing like a new thing in the people, in the world. And so it's like really important right now to use your discernment, what you're watching, who you're listening to, like what you're, you know. So I have to be like real picky. I have to be real picky. Like Lawless, that movie Lawless is on Netflix with Shia LaBeouf and Tom Hardy. I want to watch it so bad, but every time I go to watch it, like something weird happens, and they keep telling me like I can't watch it, because obviously I'm gonna watch it, and like it's gonna trigger something in me that like does not need to be triggered right now. So I'm not gonna watch it. Start from the beginning is good. Check out Queen's Gambit. I know it's on Queen's Gambit's on my list. I'm not there yet though. I'm not in a Queen's Gambit. Not right now. I can't watch that, and I can't watch Lawless right now. Those are the rules. I have to wait. But I can watch The Crown. They wouldn't even let me watch Gilmore Girls. It's just so bossy. So bossy. It's fine. It's fine. All right, Pisces. Pisces. Let's see what we got going on for you this week, lovies. Happy first quarter moon, Pisces. Pisces loves being in the moon. Pisces is represented by the moon and the high priestess in the tarot. So Pisces should be feeling right at home. I'm hearing that song, Get on Your Feet. What is that, Gloria Estefan? I'm hearing you're more qualified than you think you are, Pisces. The King of Swords is maybe coming up to the Gemini full moon eclipse. It's like the King of Swords is like stalking us today. Oh, interesting. Miloon, hello. A lot of cards. Okay. Okay. All right, Pisces. Hey, Dana. What's up, girl? Pisces, you're more qualified than you realize that you are this week, and don't let nobody tell you nothing. this week, okay? Because there's the Page of Pentacles and then there's the Emperor standing here, right? The Page of Pentacles, that's a student energy. They start walking out. They're like the initial gardeners, right? Who start planting those seeds and start really kind of trying to work that soil. The Emperor is coming out to remind you that you know what you're doing more than you're giving yourself credit for, because this King of Swords is coming out, and I'm not getting a great feeling off of this King of Swords. This could be an air sign, right? Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Somebody is gonna come forward to you. This could even just be like an energy, like a self-doubting energy that like pops into your head this week, as opposed to an actual person. But it could be an actual person. But there's a King of Swords energy this week that's like very, very logical, right? Don't forget, the Emperor is Aries energy. This is fire energy. The Sagittarius season is going to do you well, because even though you're a water sign, you can like get in low depths and then you could drown in them. Whereas the heat from the fire season kind of almost like it creates those bubbles, which helps you rise to the top a little bit so you don't sink down so low. But there's a King of Swords energy that's coming in this week, or it might just like be extra vocal this week, kind of coming in very logically, trying to encourage you not to have faith in whatever it is that you're working on, right? And then Empress in reverse telling you that it's like you don't have the fertility that you need. The ground that you're trying to plant in is not as fertile as it needs to be, right? In which to manifest the things that you want. And not only that, they're telling you that it feels a little bit almost like the Sagittarius monthly that I kind of did. That also like you don't have enough like research. You don't know enough about this given thing, field, dream, whatever it is that you're working on. And so sitting in the Four of Cups, trying to make you feel like emotionally like unsatisfied with it. A little bit, almost like trying to take like the steam out from underneath you. Trying to like suck the excitement out of you. But the advice here this week, Pisces, is one, with the Nine of Wands in reverse. This is like a wounded warrior card. This is like a stand your ground kind of card. In reverse, I'm hearing it's like, don't even explain yourself to this person. Whoever this King of Swords is for you, even if it's just like a negative energy that's like coming in your head, don't even explain yourself to them. You don't have to defend your position, right? You don't have to defend your position to this person. Just get on your chariot. Be strong enough to just get on your chariot, and I'm getting just like breeze past them. You can show them better than you can tell them, Pisces. The proof is in the pudding. Like your life is proof enough. The time will come where they will see just how capable you are. You are more capable than you are giving yourself credit for. Allow this fire energy this week to come in. Not only Sagittarius season, but the Aries moon that's going to come in on the 24th, and allow it to create the bubbles that you need, because this energy over here this week, again, could be a person, or it could just be like self-doubt, all that stuff coming in. It's going to be the thing to try and hold you underwater. Allow that fire energy from the Aries moon in 2 days, as well from the Sagittarius season, to create the bubbles to help rise you to the top. You don't have to defend yourself to anyone, or what you're doing, or why you're doing it, or why you feel capable, or why God has called you to do it. Just get strong enough. Also, like, part of the strength is also like self-control. Self-control to just get on your chariot and just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. Keep it going. Keep it going. And 7 and 4, that's 11, which is a master number. Which means that part of this is also a little bit of a test for you. Like, are you going to let like opposition, are you going to let opposition like get you down and stop you from fulfilling your path, your purpose, whatever it is? No, absolutely not. But in that, are you also going to slow yourself down enough to argue with them? No, we're not going to do that. Pisces are water signs. We're sensitive. So you want to argue with people, especially feeling a little bit fiery and feisty. I get that, but don't do it. Save your energy. Use it where it'll feed you. Oh God, Lord in heaven. Lord in heaven. Exactly. Okay, I'll take it. 6 of Pentacles. Don't forget, Pisces. Only put your energy into things that are going to positively put it back into you. You put your energy into negative things, just like wasting it. You're just throwing it down a black hole. Aries. I just heard Aries is out to play. I just heard Aries is out to play this week. That's fun. These are so loud because I used to have like a mat on my old desk, and I don't have it on this desk. Maybe I'll pull it out and I'll put it on this desk. It's just the shuffling so loud. All right, Aries. Give us a good shuffle. Ooh, the Star card. Okay. Okay, Aries. Let's talk about your star. Let's talk about your dreams, your North Node. The star is often a North Node card. Where are you going? Where are you going? You don't know. You don't really know. Aries. You're like, I don't know, but I'm going. You can't fire me. I quit. Aries is out to play. Aries is out to flex this week. Hold on. I want to get one more on this. Hold on. Okay. Okay. All right. I'll take this too. So many cards. Okay. So we have the Five of Wands in reverse and the Two of Swords. You don't want to fight with people this week, Aries. You're over the fight. You're over like the struggle with the juggle. You really are, because I feel in the process, and this is also like ego battles. This is also like social climbing. This is like competitive social climbing. In the process of trying to like competitively social climb with people, right? I feel as though you've almost lost track of who you are. You've let other people in the past really get in your ear, and it sort of like blinded you up a little bit. So this week you're really sitting in the Ten of Wands. And the thing I love about the Ten of Wands in this deck is she's like packing up all of her baggage. You're packing up all the baggage, and 10 being an end, and you're getting rid of it. Now, where are you going? Page of Swords in reverse. You're not really sure. You're not really sure where you're going, but you're following that like inner compass, that inner North Star, right? To where you feel like you're supposed to go. And again, with the Moon card, you don't know where that is. Aries, like I said, it represents the Emperor. So Aries like to be in control of things. They like to know all the players. They know, like, they want to know how the board looks. They want to know where they're going, what time, what are we doing afterwards, right? So it's like a very uncomfortable, insecure feeling for an Aries to kind of like fly by the seat of their pants, right? Especially when it comes to like big changes in your social circle, in your career, in your romantic life, whatever it is. But especially with this Ace of Pentacles in reverse, again, it's almost like not knowing where to plant new roots, but in the process of just taking this like leap of faith, it's like really brave. It's like really brave of you to do this, right? It's almost like lily pad hopping. It's like choosing a higher timeline. Like, I don't know where I'm going, but I just know that I don't like who I am here anymore. So I'm just going to follow my gut instinct to just like walk forward, even though I don't know where I'm going to end up. But in doing that bravery, you're being rewarded this week with the Ace of Swords, which is illumination. It's clarity. It's like a almost like a spotlight. Like, go over here, go a little to the left, go in that direction, right? Ugh, oh God. And this week, it might be a little bit hard for you, because with the Two of Pentacles, that is like a little bit of the struggle with the juggle. The Six of Cups in reverse, which is like soulmate energy. It's nostalgia. It's like we go way back. There might be also some illumination, some clarity that might be coming through for you, that some of these people that you were kind of, that social climbing, you were almost kind of all doing the same thing. It might come forward that in making this big change for yourself, that you might be realizing that some of these people weren't actually true like soulmates to you, not true like soul family, right? Like they're not supporting this decision that you're making. They don't understand why you're making this decision that you're making. It's almost like when times get tough, you know what I mean? When you do something that's like really unexpected, you can really see who's gonna stand by you. I'm hearing that song, Stand By Me. So it's a little bit like that. It's a little bit like that, Aries. Yeah, with the Queen of Wands. It might make you take like a little bit of a hit to your confidence this week. But again, it's like a down and then a bounce up, a down and a bounce up. It's like an out to play sort of thing. It's like you don't really know where you're going, but you're just gonna go and do it. And then you might realize some of these people like didn't really have your back, or like they're maybe like not for you, like they're not really rooting for you. kind of following this instinct to move forward, that might kind of like pull you back down a little bit. But then again, Page of Pentacles, you're right back up. Flamingo spirit, balancing in that in-between that you got going on now. Seven of Pentacles, reinvesting, taking, again, this clue, this spotlight, go over there, Aries, this illumination, a little bit of clarity of what you should be doing, and using that to plant new seeds and make new investments in new land. A whole new world. Like that. So that's really good. Katrina, I'm an Aqua, but Aries and Lilith have been speaking loudly to me lately because it's true. Absolutely. Those are really good, Aqua and Aries, it's really good dynamics because Aquariuses can be really kind of sensitive. They can be kind of sensitive. And because Aquarius is so close to Pisces, because Pisces is a water sign, so they're like a little wishy-washy, and Aquarius is an air sign, so it's like you kind of just like be guided anywhere, right? It's like the wind could kind of go in any direction. Having Aries in there really kind of helps like ground you or root you. It like gives you more of like a, sort of like a little bit more of like a backbone. Like it gives you more structure, right? Kind of makes you put your foot down a little bit. Taurus. Gemini really wants to go. Gemini just tried to jump ahead. It's a funny smell coming in. Ugh. All right, Taurus. One more shuffle. Awful. Okay, Taurus, so first of all, you have the Six of Cups and you have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So what this is telling me is, one, there's something about your obligations this week. Maybe because Thanksgiving coming this week. I want to do like a special live stream for Thanksgiving, but that's beside the point. There's something about your obligations to people, like soulmates, partners, friends, family, that's preventing you from beating to your own drum. Beating to your own drum this week. There's something going on with that. The kids are really sticking out with me with two. There could be something that you really want to do or something like different, and like someone in your family is like, that's not gonna fly. No, something about your obligations, or you want to go somewhere or try something new and you're obligated doing something like with your family this week, maybe because of the holidays. Something about your obligations this week are preventing you from beating to your own drum. Maybe you're trying to express something to your family or your soul tribe this week that you want to do something, and it comes in such a conflict to what traditionally like they're so used to you doing. Tower card, yeah, it comes in a conflict with some kind of tradition or what they expected of you, or also what's expected of you. Something of what's expected of you. Wow. So then we have the High Priestess, card of Pisces. The Eight of Cups, going out on the journey to have a death and rebirth. Something about your family obligation are keeping you from beating to your own drums, perhaps because of what's expected of you in terms of like what they expect of you, like your obligations to them, what they want you to be doing. Did it? Video did something weird when you were smelling that smell. Yeah, it's somebody in the house is burning sage. I don't do the sagey thing. It bothers me. And that's causing like an upset. That's causing some kind of shakeup or some kind of upset. But intuitively, your higher self, your inner knowing is telling you that you need to like set out on some kind of journey, so that way you can have a death and rebirth process. Like there's something out there for you. And now I'm thinking back to the weekly that I just did for you. It was like called Wide Open Spaces. Wide Open Spaces. Look at this. The Fool card. That's four major arcana. Wow. The fours represent foundations. These are major changes to your foundations. The Fool and the Nine of Pentacles. Look at that. Like I said, some kind of shakeup, but intuitively, you know, this week, Taurus, I'm hearing like final straw, something like some kind of tower moment, some kind of holiday argument, perhaps, might kind of be the final straw for you to start listening to your intuition, that you need to go out on the journey, because something out there you're going to experience or go and find is going to give you a death of the old and a rebirth into the new. And in that, it's going to help, it's going to restore some of your faith by connecting into your intuition, but also what it's going to do is it's going to require a lot of your faith in order to find your Nine of Pentacles. This is your independence. This is also your personal stability, your foundation, those fours again, right? Something about your current environment is preventing perhaps these like obligations with the Two of Swords. It's preventing you from doing it right now. Yeah, so you're staying in choppy waters currently. You can't move into smoother waters until you make this decision for yourself. Four of Wands. Four of Wands. More foundational energy. Well, Taurus, I didn't think we were going to get that for you. Oh, I hate that smell so much. Oh, Lord, be with me. Oh, man. Just temporary, Lord. Just temporary. Struggle's real. Struggle's real. Woo. Oh my God. I have to light something else. I have to light something else. Sorry. Please hold for production. Oh God. It's freaking me out. Do you know why? And everybody get your freak on. Do your own thing. You have to live your own life. Sage is like bleach. Sage is basically like spiritual bleach. So you can like burn all the sage that you want to like clear the energy, but if you don't fill it up with like something else, other positive energy through burning frankincense or myrrh, which is normally what I burn frankincense and myrrh, because other than gold, those were gifts to the baby Jesus, and we know I love Jesus. Or even filling it with positive energy, like happy music or dancing or singing or something like that. Then you basically just like energetically bleach the entire environment, and then you just leave like a black like hole. And so I don't sage. You can smudge with other stuff like lavender and like stuff like that. And like I said, I burn like frankincense and myrrh and stuff like that, but sage, like, one, I can't stand the smell. And two, energetically, it like fucks with me. I don't like it. Ugh. Sweetgrass. Yeah, you have to fill the energy with something, even if it's just music, laughter. That's a great way to fill energy with positivity, you know. Oh, and it gives me a headache. Oh, like really, like my sinuses have been like not great. They have been not great since I moved. Like the juju was off where I was before, so like the juju's better here, but doesn't matter. It's just temporary. I'm a vagabond. I'll be somewhere else. Who knows? Maybe by spring, I'll be somewhere else. Maybe I'll save enough money and I could buy a tiny house. Yeah, I'd love a tiny house. Yeah, it depends. I used to love it. I used to burn sage all the time. I used to burn it all the time. It just depends. It just depends what you like too. And it's just like you grow in and out of different stuff, right? All right, who's next? Gemini. Did you hear that? The lights don't flicker here, but there are a lot of ticks. Oh, that's better. It's a lot. It's a lot of smoke. So I didn't think it was going to smoke up that big, but all right, it's fine. All right, Gemini. Someone online just mentioned something that clears energies, and I think it is. Yeah. Honestly, too, I find that just like prayer clears energy, too. or if you develop like a safe and sacred space for yourself too. Like oftentimes I imagine like a white channel of light kind of going from heaven down the ethers down into my crown, and then I imagine like a rope going from my root into Mother Earth, and then that kind of like allows things to come out, allow me to ground and root myself, and then I have like an orb of light around me that will change colors depending on what I'm trying to accomplish. No, thank you, love and light. I got you, girl. Sweetgrass. Sweetgrass. That's intriguing me. Maybe I'll get some sweetgrass. Or lavender. Ooh, I love lavender. Okay. I'm gonna say Gemini. Oh, God. All right, Gemini, you have some work to do this week before your full moon. Oh, you're so sweet, love and light. Thank you. You have some work to do this week before this full moon, because we're having on the 30th, we're having a full moon in your sign, and it's going to be an eclipse, and it's full moons are for purging. And I think the stuff that you've really been holding on to for honestly at least like the last 2 months, because it's come through in almost all of your readings, the collective coffee, the weeklies, the monthlies, all of it. This is going to be a week for you. It's going to be good. It's going to be a lot, but it's going to be really, really good. I'm almost getting it's like when you have like a pimple and it gets like really big and it like kind of hurts a little bit and it's like kind of noticeable, but then like finally it reaches a head and then it pops and then it's like it heals and then you get a lot better. Because you have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse and then you have the Four of Swords in reverse. So what I see is that there's this concept of like you keep trying to get like back on your feet, back on your feet, back on your feet. And the reason why you still feel is like things are not moving in accordance to the way that you want them. It's because you keep getting up before you're fully healed. Your heart is not fully healed because there's a situation that's been going on for you for the last 2 months that really triggered trauma issues, broken heart issues that you've been dealing with since your childhood for a long, long, long time. And the situation that popped up for you in the last 2 months was like that huge trigger moment, and you tried to just sweep it under the rug and then get back up. But the thing is like you swept it under the rug, you're trying to get back up, but as you do that, the rug slips out from underneath you because there's so much crap underneath it, right? And then you fall back down, and then you sweep it back under the rug, and then you get back up, and then it's like you keep slipping. It's like you keep trying to get up, but it's like trying to put pressure on like your leg when you have like a fracture, right? It's like before it's fully healed, it's like you can't run on a fractured shin bone, on a fractured leg, on a broken leg. It has to heal. It takes a lot longer than we would like it to, right? It's uncomfortable, right? Absolutely. I've been there. I've done it. I built a summer house there. I got t-shirts with that branded on it. But the fact of the matter is like, that's part of the reason. Every time you try and get up and things don't get better for you, it's because you're putting more pressure on an area that's not fully healed. So it's almost just like kind of making it worse, making it worse. So it's like, with the King of Swords energy, this is you coming out trying to be like very logical, almost trying to be like male or female, almost trying to be like a man's man, almost just trying to be like a tough guy. Like I put on my big girl panties. I'm a tough guy. Like I got it. It's no big deal. Like I can handle this. Like I'm good. But meanwhile, with the Knight of Swords in reverse, it's saying that again, you're not being honest to yourself. You're running away from your own truth, that it's like, this is something that's like really hard for you to deal with. And for some reason, you just can't get over it. You can't get to the root of the problem. The fact of the matter is that one, you have strength coming out. You're having a hard time, also communicating to yourself that you might not have the strength that you feel like you need to overcome this situation. And that's because this is a situation that you really need to take to God. Like, you need to be honest with yourself and be like, I need help. There have been plenty of times in my journey where I've been like sitting somewhere and I'm just crying and I'm like, I'm having a real hard time admitting that I have a problem with this, but I know that I'm supposed to speak up when I need help, and I just need help right now. Like, I need healing, right? And I'm actually gonna pull one of those cards for you. Yeah, I'm gonna pull one of these cards for you. Hold on. And with Judgment in reverse, this is a resurrection energy. Being strong enough to know that you cannot have this resurrection, this restoration, all by yourself, out of your own strength, because you're too brokenhearted, you're too traumatized. It's like emotional PTSD, not just from the situation that happened the last 2 months for you, but it's situations that happened long before that. Long before that. And this last situation was almost meant to put enough pressure on that area to kind of like get you down long enough that they could like shake some sense into you, so they can realize that this is like a long withstanding issue for you to deal with. Six of Pentacles in reverse, about the fact that there have been a lot of situations in the past that you've put a lot of time, energy, love, effort, TLC into, and you didn't get it back. These are feelings of rejection, abandonment, right? It's worth. A lot of self-worth issues going in there, constantly feeling like you have to earn other people's love, earn other people's acceptance, earn their approval, like earn your place at the table when God already told you that he has a seat for you regardless of what anyone else says, you know? So this is like a long withstanding issue, and that's why we need to like really deal with it, because that's why it's not having to do with, again, Ten of Pentacles in reverse, on the inability to develop long withstanding structure, stability, legacy, foundations for you as well. But this week is going to be so beautiful for you, because one, we have all of this like beautiful Pisces energy in with the first quarter moon today, which is giving you the time to really like not try and pull yourself out of the Four of Swords, allow you to sit in it. You might just be exhausted this week and you can't explain why. It's because angels and God are trying to get you to lay down, to rest, right? Look at this IV going into like your heart, right? Trying to do that for you. So that's really going to help. And then all of this beautiful fire energy from Sagittarius season and the Aries moon is really going to help like warm you up a little bit, right? Kind of like thaw you out. And then when it's going to help like some revelations for you, really help you be honest with yourself, not feel like you have to be like so tough and strong all the time. And then in that, the climax of that is going to be the full moon eclipse in your sign, with the full moons being this huge purging energy. And maybe you'll just have like a long cry or something like that, but that's gonna really help you like push out the rest of this energy, so that way you can really get like the full healing and everything that you need. So that way, moving into the rest of Sagittarius season, after that full moon, you're going to feel so much better. I feel it in my soul. You're going to feel so much better. Me moon, Laurel cleans space very well too, and you can, cooking or put it in a tea is very good for your health. Laurel. That's what my name means. Lauren means crown of laurel leaves, which is like a bay leaf. This deck, by the way, is the Archangel Raphael healing deck. They just told me to pull it for you. Oh, baby. Oh, baby Gemini. All right, card number 1. Give us your cares. Dear God and Archangel Raphael, I'm willing to release any fears to you. Please allow me to completely let go so you can fully guide me in this situation. How perfect is that? And then stretch. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for staying by my side and motivating me to take excellent care of myself in all ways. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, Gemini. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Look at this. Laughter is the best medicine. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for reminding me to detach and find the humor and irony within every human drama, right? We were just talking about filling up that kind of void negative space with laughter and happiness and all that kind of stuff too. That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. Archangel Raphael, part of the reason why these cards are green, he works with heart healing. He works with heart healing. I would also call in Gabriel this week as well, because he really helps with your solar plex chakra, so like your confidence and stuff too. Yes, I've been doing this. I always try and pop up too quickly and slam down and knock the wind out of me. I'm tired, but the stubborn Cappy says, I got this. Absolutely. Listen, my North Node is in Capricorn. I do this, and my Venus is in Aries. So, and my Moon is in Sagittarius. I'm a Pisces, but I'm not, like, I'm a Pisces, but I'm not really a Pisces. And, like, my first house is in Leo. You hear that bird? Child, I'm about as fiery as you get. Like, I'm like a hot spring for a water sign. So I get it. I'm as stubborn as they come. And sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's good to be really fiery and stubborn, because like when the world wants to knock me down, I get back up and I'm just like, no, in the name of Jesus. But sometimes, you know, we could burn ourselves a little bit. So I get it. I totally understand. My Mars is in Gemini. Mars is the god of war. So usually if I'm fighting with someone, or if I'm upset, or I feel like there's some kind of battle going on around me, it's usually also because I'm fighting something within myself too, with Gemini being the twin. So again, I get it. And I love Geminis. I'm like a magnet for Geminis. Geminis love me. Geminis and Cancers. I'm like a magnet for Geminis and Cancers. Four of Pentacles. Speaking of Cancers, you're up. Come on, Crabbies. Do you see this? Head to head. Cancer, you coming head to head with something this week? Something's coming to a head. Bye, Maria. I'll see you later. Who do we have left? Who do we have left? Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. Gemini, Venus. A Virgo moon. I think that one of the best placements that you can have is a Earth moon sign, because it just means you're like pretty like stable, like on the inside, you know. I think that there's like, I think an Earth moon is just like, it's like you can't do better, because it means that your interior world is grounded. I have like very little Earth in my chart. I have like almost no Earth in my chart whatsoever. So praise God for the Capricorn North Node. That's why I burned myself out so quickly though, because I don't have any other Earth in my chart other than like pretty much my Capricorn North Node, and Capricorn is like the workhorse. It is like the CEO, boss, workhorse. I'll do it myself. I'll do it all right. Like I'll just do it. I'll just go. It's like the Energizer Bunny. But I just burn myself out all the time. Especially with all the Leo and all the fire in my chart. I take so much pride in like my work and how hard I work. All right, Cancer, let's see. All right, hold please. What sign was it that we just did that had a similar issue to this? Taurus? Taurus. Yeah. Okay. So Cancer. You have Justice in reverse. the Ten of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. So something this week is bothering you. There's some kind of injustice that you feel like is happening, perhaps in like your family unit, perhaps in like a family business, maybe some kind of like family business contract stealing, something like that. And it's really kind of like taken some of the steam away from you. It's taken away a little bit of like your confidence. And this is also getting like your willingness to participate. There's some kind of injustice. There's some kind of something that happened with your Ten of Pentacles in your family, but Pentacles also being money. It feels like kind of contractual too, like I said, in terms of like a family business or like a family house or like something like that. It's almost getting the impression of like I don't know why this example is coming ahead. Like someone passes away and then like everybody kind of like gets to pick like something as like, you know, like a keepsake from that person, and then like you got nothing, or almost getting like cut out of a will or like something like that. It's like that kind of energy, or like you get a smaller percentage of like the family business, something like that. That's kind of really made you not, with this Page of Wands, made you not want to participate with your family or something this week. It's something having to do that, because the Ten of Pentacles is also your long-term foundation and stability and longevity as well. It seems almost like a gypped. Like it feels like something happened and you got, I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know what this is, but you want me to do this, I guess, somehow. What is this? This is like, I don't know. This is weird, but I want to do this. Like spinning a wheel. I don't know, but it feels like you got gypped or something. And so with the Queen of Cups in reverse and the Knight of Wands in reverse, this was you like overpouring. This was like your investment. Instead of feeling like your head is above water, feeling like they almost put, again, it's like your head's underwater. Again, like underwater. It's like money. It's like you invested in something with your family. Again, maybe like a house or something like that, and it went like belly up. Something like that. And with the Knight of Pentacles, again, it feels like it was like a bad investment. It was like something that had to do with like a bad investment, and you got gypped. So with the Ace of Wands, it's like God trying to like come in and give you like a new idea, almost like an exit strategy, a way out. But with the Two of Wands in reverse, this is an inability to kind of choose a path, usually due to some kind of like self-doubt. Now the Empress is coming in, male or female, this week, to let you know that you do have the ability to receive. Again, this is like my left hand, my feminine hand. Your ability to kind of hold on to receive, again, new ideas, new divine inspiration, secrets, like all that kind of stuff, in order to nurture them, birth them into existence. That with the Six of Pentacles, it is actually going to help you get that equal give and take that you didn't have up here in this family situation, this contractual situation. And that with the Seven of Cups is going to offer up a lot more options for you to attain your Nine of Cups, which is your actual wish fulfillment. Almost like, look how gold it is, right? It's like the golden ticket. And in doing that, you're going to be able to avoid a tower moment for yourself. So more unpleasant surprises, but Seven of Wands, it does require you to hold your ground, and it also requires you to kind of preserve your safe and sacred space, like put your peace above all things. But in that, you will have victory. You will have victory and success in this. Wow. Okay, Cancer. Okay. All right. Leo. Where's Anthony? It's really not. He's gonna wait until the very last reading, because Scorpio's last today, and he'll show up. It's like, wait a second, where's Anthony? Probably living his life. Leo, Seven of Cups. Options. Mama said like Goldilocks. You're going through a Goldilocks situation this week, Leo. This too hot, this too cold, this too small, this too big. Looking for the thing that's just right. Looking for the thing that flows best with you this week. Ten of Swords and the Two of Swords. So, again, trying to find a thing that's just right for you. The thing that's just right for you this week. The thing that flows with you. Wanting to put an end to anything that leaves you blinded, conflicted, stressed out, confused, cloudy, right? That might be part of what you're trying to figure out. Like, I can let all this stuff go when I find the thing that's just right for me. When I can find the thing that's just right for me. But there's also an energy of almost like you have to clear out that space beforehand. So that way the thing that's just right can like sort of present itself to you. And I'm seeing like this bat wing over here, which talks about like ancestral energy too as well. Which is almost like things that like your guardian angels, like your family on the other side of the veil are also trying to like help facilitate for you as well. Then you have the Nine of Pentacles. This is your independence. This is your personal stability. This is your foundation, your longevity with this green pentacle. Also cooking up stuff with love. Cooking up stuff with love this week. Three of Cups in reverse. So this isn't super fun for you. You're not having like a lot of fun. It's funny because you have the Five of Swords in reverse too. So it is this, oh, love and light, thank you so much. You're so sweet. There is this energy that's, how do I want to put it? You know that you need something different. You know that you need to go about something in a different way in order to achieve this Nine of Pentacles for yourself. 7 and 9 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. So again, perfection. Something that, again, flows. Something that's perfect for you. Something that's perfect for you. It's going to require you to kind of like say goodbye to a lot of things, people, places, and things that have been kind of weighing you down, keeping you clouded, keeping you blinded, keeping you sort of confused, right? It's almost a sense of only going towards people, places, and things that like immediately like resonate with your spirit. Now in that, again, you are going to be able to come out of stress, anxiety, all of that kind of stuff. But the process of having to release all of this stuff is not going to be like all fun and games for you, right? Because it does require, oh, interesting. It does require a lot from you in order to do that. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, but in doing that, in following your intuition, almost like doing your dirty work, you know what I mean? Like doing the hard thing. What's right is not always easy, and what's easy is not always right. In following your intuition, you do get to avoid a tower moment, which is more continued disappointment in other cups that no longer resonate with you, right? But again, that does require a surrender. It's almost like you have to surrender tower moments, almost like we're surrendered constantly. It's like a squirrel. It's like stop running into traffic. It requires a certain amount of self-discipline, which isn't fun to enact within you, to stop yourself from consistently running back to people, places, and things that you know aren't good for you, running back into traffic. But in following that intuition, the tides do turn for you, and you do get communication with the Eight of Wands about your Four of Wands, which is your foundation. Fours are foundational energies. And this Four of Wands card I love because it's almost like it's like a carnival, right? It's like a celebration. It's like a celebration. You're going to get some kind of information in that one of these cups that you're picking is going to be the right cup, and that's going to lead to communication, community, celebration, right? But you have to follow your intuition, even though it's telling you to do something that like is uncomfortable for you to do. But what's right is not always easy, and what's easy is not always right. Yeah, you have to allow this death and rebirth process, otherwise you're not going to get your wish fulfillment. You have to like sacrifice some things now in order to get more of what you want later. Queen of Swords, you have to be logical and discerning about that. Crazy that happened 30 years ago at the beginning of the Cancer reading, and how at the end of the reading is what I'm dealing with now. Crazy cool. What do I need to let go of this week in the Gemini reading? The Gemini collective that I have been reading for has been really dealing with fight or flight tendencies, primarily having to do with love. The Gemini collective I've been reading for, they found themselves in like a loving situation a few months ago. That was like really like healing and like it was really good for them, but then they got in like a little bit too deep, and then it triggered the fuck out of them, and then they kind of like ran scared, and just kind of threw themselves like into working, making money, because they were really like their stability, a lot of their stability, the way they like took care of themselves, like their safety blanket was just going to work and making money, but still kind of having that void within them that was like kind of longing for companionship, longing for all of that. But again, it's like the Gemini collective I've been reading for, they keep just trying to like get back out there, go about their normal business, just like go about life. But there's been this like underlying trauma and pain and like abandonment and rejection that stems from like a long time ago, maybe from childhood, maybe from adolescence, maybe from years back, right? Having to deal with like putting a lot of TLC into people, places, and things, and then just like, again, being rejected, abandoned, like not getting it back in any way, shape, or form. And so then when they came across like this love, this situation a few months ago, like it was so exciting. It felt like, oh, finally. But then they got really, really triggered into assuming it was going to be like it always was. And that kind of, and it was probably, that situation probably came forward to them intentionally to trigger that because it was unhealed within them. So like I said, this week is really about them kind of being honest with themselves about that, about still being very kind of unhealed from situations in the past, and that this current situation really sort of triggered them, and that there was still a need to kind of call in their angels, right? Call in God to help do the heavy lifting for that healing that so often we cannot do, right? Kind of deal with our baggage, really deal with our baggage. But it is leading up to the Pisces, or the Gemini full moon on November 30th with the eclipse, and in that it's going to aid in that huge emotional release, so Gemini can finally get it off their back. They can finally get it off their back. It's gonna be like a whole new world. It's gonna be like a weight off the Gemini's shoulders, which is beautiful. Well, Crystal, for you, considering what you were telling me earlier, like at the beginning of the stream, I would take, like I said, like I would take the week and I would really just focus on yourself. You know, like almost like what I was talking about with Aquarius. Take yourself on a date. Focus on some intentions that you set during the new moon that we just had like a week ago. Like think about your future. Like think about what makes you really happy, what kind of relationship you really want, what kind of relationship you want with God, right? Lean on him. Like the power of prayer, like there is nothing like the power of prayer. It can literally move mountains in your life. Like really think about where do I want to be in 5 years? Like where is God trying to take me? How do I build my connection with God stronger? How do I build up my intuition, right? What kind of relationship do I want to be in? What does a healthy relationship look like to me? Do I know what a healthy relationship looks like? Do I have any examples of that, right? Like how do I take care of myself this week? Like what does investing in myself really look like, right? All these different things. It's like taking any of that energy you're putting outside of you and turning it back in, pouring it back into yourself, making sure you're loving on yourself, you're taking care of yourself, you're resting, right? Like you're like appreciating yourself in all of the ways that like other people couldn't do for you in the past, right? Especially when we're in situations where people make us feel like options. And again, I've been there. I lived there. I did. That when people make us feel like options, that you turn that energy back inward towards you and then make yourself a priority. And then in making yourself a priority, you heal a lot of that confusion. You heal a lot of those, like wounding, a lot of those wounds that we like to pretend like we don't have, but we do sustain, right? And also having forgiveness for ourselves, because sometimes we get really mad at ourselves for putting ourselves in positions where we aren't appreciated or we're only treated as an option and we're not taken care of and prioritized. Forgiving ourselves for that as well. Virgo. Virgo. Change of course this week, Virgo. Change of course. We have the Tower, the Five of Swords in reverse, and the Three of Wands in reverse. So, There's some kind of surprise coming in this week, some kind of revelation, or you might be surprising other people, right? And that in order to take yourself out of stress, anxiety, worry, any of that stuff, you're actually going to give up perhaps, or like change course from a plan. The Three of Wands is like a mission card, right? Man on a mission. So it might be surprising someone else, or it might even be surprising to you that you're like, the best way for me to deal with this situation is to just walk away from it. Not fulfilling the mission, not fulfilling the mission. Now you have the Eight of Wands and the Six of Wands. This is communication coming in about like victory and success, recognition. Recognition is also coming in a lot. Do you see how this glows? Do you see how those lights sort of almost like glow on you? And then you have the Ace of Pentacles. You have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse as well. It's almost like is that right? It's almost like giving up on a bad investment. Giving up on a bad investment this week a little bit, which might be surprising to some people. It might be surprising to some people, but it feels like part of this communication, it's coming from your angelic support, coming in like, good for you, Virgo. Like we're recognizing you for almost like not continuing to it's almost like you planted seeds in an old cycle and they weren't growing. It's almost, I see like you in like a new patch of land, like you in a new season and trying to stretch your arm over into the old plot of land to like water it and weed it and have it not really working. And you almost being like, this is ridiculous. And just kind of like pulling your hand back and keeping your whole body in your new season and kind of like your angels and God sort of communicating with you. Like, that's a good decision. That was a good decision for you to do that. That was way too many cards. Overpouring, overwatering. Yeah, it's like a, do you ever have a plant that's like all dried up? It's like all dried up and you like just try and save it by like overwatering it and then all the water just falls out at the bottom. Like the soil, the roots don't even suck any of it up and it just dies anyway. That's sort of the energy. It's like, yeah, you were like overwatering a dead plant. Seven of Pentacles, bad investment. Plants that won't grow. Seeds that don't take root. But in deciding, again, it's that change of course, but in deciding to change the course, put your whole back, your whole body into your new season. That is the best course of action for you. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This is a very independent energy. Queen of Pentacles upright. This is her like, it's like a very family-oriented woman as well. This is somebody who's like very nurturing to the whole. In reverse, this is someone that can be a little bit stubborn, but also like stubbornly like independent. Someone that's kind of just putting all of their nurturing back into themselves, Look, Nine of Pentacles. In order for your Nine of Pentacles, your independence, just like I said, right? Look at even the pentacle that she's grabbing and the pentacle that you're holding here. It's the same exact pentacle. This has to do with your personal foundation, your stability, right? See this dove up here? Beautiful. Nine of Wands. This is you holding your ground. You kind of taken a few hits in the old plot of land, but getting back up and defending your new territory, which look, beautiful. Justice, which is balancing the scales for you. Surprising to other people. It might even be surprising to yourself, but it is the right thing for you to do. Libra. Two more. Libra and Scorpio. Two more. Okay. Is that right? Did you hear that click? I just heard lighten up, Libra, and then I just heard like click click, so I was like, ooh, I was like, you want to say that? Oh. So Libra, you are sitting in the Queen of Swords in reverse with the Three of Cups upright and the Magician in reverse. So Libra, I just heard lighten up. It's like Queen of Swords, Magician in reverse. It's like you're a little closed off. It's like you're a little cold. It's like you don't feel like you can manifest anything because you can't manifest anything from being all closed off, thinking the whole world is against you, right? And part of it is one, you're trying to I feel like you're trying to manifest like good times for yourself, like community and celebration, all of that stuff. But one, you're having a hard time because you're not like participating necessarily, but also because it's almost like, do you know what it is too? It feels like you're watching other people sit in the Three of Cups, like other people going out, celebrating, like doing whatever, holidays, woo woo, holidays, and you're not doing that. Maybe you're just like busy or you're just tired because you have the Four of Swords here. Like maybe you're just healing, you're tired, you're resting. Maybe you're just working a lot. Maybe you're just busy and it's a little bit of like a resentful energy. It's like, well, why can't I go out and play? Like I want to play too. Like if I can't have any fun, like they shouldn't have any fun. Like, but then you can't manifest any fun for yourself because you're sitting in like a sassy spirit. It's like a little bit like that. It's almost like, Libra, lighten up this week. Like, you're supposed to be, like, balance and harmony and beauty and aesthetics and all that stuff. And I just heard, well, now because I'm so busy. Well, okay, well, then lighten your schedule a little bit, Libra. Like, lighten your schedule this week a little bit. Like, let your freak flag fly. Like, maybe you need to take a break this week and, like, have some fun. Maybe that'll be the thing to, like, pull you out of this energy this week is to, like, go hang out with your friends, like, make some time, like, I don't know, have a cocktail, like do something, Libra, do something this week. It's holiday week, do something because the energy that you're in is like a little too serious. It's a little too serious. And so it's hard for, because we manifest, we birth things with like the energy of love. So if you're feeling real cold, it's like you're putting frost on everything. And so you got to like thaw that out a little bit. And it might be coming from the fact that you actually like are tired and you're just trying to do too much and you need to rest. Or maybe you need like some heart healing as well. Like maybe your heart's a little bit bruised and you're acting a little bit like Gemini and you're just trying to like get back out there and like do the damn thing. But meanwhile, it's like you're hitting roadblocks and coming, producing and manifesting what you want because you're not really open to it. You're not really open to it right now, which there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Especially with the full moon coming up. So it's like anything that needs to get purged is slowly bubbling up all week. It's slowly coming to a head. Page of Swords. Yeah, but you're realizing this now. You're realizing that part of the reason some of the things that you want aren't coming in for you is because like you're almost like you can't withstand the weight of it right now, right? It's because like maybe your heart needs healing, maybe you're physically exhausted, maybe your mind's too cluttered to take in a new idea, right? But you're coming to the realization of that this week. See, it's like the light bulbs turn on. It's like boop, the lights are on. Boop, the lights turn on. That you just need to like take a step back this week and rest, kind of realign a little bit, and then things will go better for you moving forward for the rest of the week. Yeah, again, you're acting like Gemini a little bit, because like Six of Pentacles, right? It's like not getting a return on your investment, so you're going to look at other options, but those end up just being more injustices and imbalances for you too. It's like you got to get down to the root of the problem. You got to get down to the root of the problem, right? You have to be strong enough to address those issues within yourself if you really want to take yourself out of the Three of Swords, right? And what does the 3 plus the 4 of Swords equal the 7 of Swords, which is other people backstabbing you? It's okay. It's all right. We were going to get through this, but you have to be strong enough to be honest with yourself about those issues, right? And then heal them up, and then you'll be all right. But anything that is unidentified, if you can identify this week before the full moon, the things that you're really, really struggling with, you can use this week as a really good time to kind of purge in pieces, right? But if you can't be honest enough with yourself this week, that there are things that gotta go, or there's things that are still hurting, or any of that, then the full moon energy, it's gonna hit you like a wave. It's gonna like an undertow, and it's just gonna take your ass down, and you'll purge it. You'll feel better one way or another afterwards, but it's gonna be a much more chaotic and like emotionally violent experience for you than it has to be. Whereas if you just admit it's Sunday, just admit, be like, you know what, my heart is still a little broken. I still feel a little bit betrayed. I'm still having a little bit of a hard time finding forgiveness in my heart for this, like X, Y, and Z. I'm still feeling a little competitive. These are my 5 things. These are my 5 things this week that I'm gonna be honest with myself that I'm still working through and like I need help with, right? And then as that happens, you can address them piece by piece this week and allow that rising, purging energy to kind of help bring it to the surface and then get it out of you. But if you don't do that, then they're all going to come up at once. They're going to overtake you and then drag your ass in an undertow. And you'll get it out, but it doesn't have to be like that. Like, it doesn't have to be so like violent and chaotic for you. So, aw, thank you, Sherry. You're so sweet. Thank you, guys. You guys are so good to me. Thank you. Who's that? Scorpio. Scorpio. If Anthony rolls in right now, I'll laugh. I'll giggle. I think I'm going to try and have Anthony do the collective coffee with me next Sunday. I think that'd be fun. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Love and Light. You guys are so sweet. Heat's on. We're going to do Scorpio. We'll replace some of the channel announcements. What is that noise? Y'all? There's a lot of funny stuff going on in here. All right, Scorpio. Let's see. Okay, what? For the past week, the cards are like flying, like all over the floor, like everywhere. I don't know what that's about. I'm sure symbolically that means something, but I don't know what. Cards are flying on the floor. Seven of Cups again. Options. Assessment. I'm hearing assessment. Assessing. This is coming through as assessing. This flow coming out of this one cup. It almost looks like a road, like a highway. It looks like a highway, like a path. Maybe you're planning a trip or something, Scorpio. Or it's more symbolically about like a different path to take. Something that with Seven of Cups being options, because this looks, see how it goes narrow and then it gets wider? A wider road. Or maybe about like moving or going to a place that has more like career options, dating options, like something like that. So there's something about, I don't know if I want to go there. Six of Wands. I don't know. I think you're assessing different options, different paths, but I don't know if any of them look that good to you. With the Six of Wands being success and recognition, victory. I don't know if any of these like, because the wide path, that's the road like most taken. That's not the road less traveled. That's the road more traveled. And I think something in that makes you feel like it's not going to be successful. Also the idea of like bumping into people, like bumping into a lot of people that you know. Bumping into a lot of people that you know. Bad investment. Yeah, something about taking the road more traveled. Seems like, or some of these options, none of them really seem that good or successful to you. And most of them kind of seem like a waste of time or like a waste of effort. Again, bad investment. So you have the Two of Wands in reverse next. So again, this is not choosing a path, mostly out of self-doubt, uncertainty, and self-doubt. And it's a path that's going to lead you to the Ten of Cups, right? Which is interesting because the first card that you had out had to do with the Seven of Cups. So you could be, I mean, you could be looking like, it could be like a dating site. Like you could be looking through like some of your friends, like some of the people that like pop up from time to time, you know, and during retrograde environments, seasons, post shadows, right? Or, okay, Scorpio, this could be you kind of assessing your past a little bit, times when you've looked at different options romantically and you chose with the road more traveled. It could have been relationships of convenience, relationships that like seemed like they would have worked out because you guys looked cute together, or because they were stable, or because they had a good job, or because of this or because of that, instead of choosing, say, like the person that really made your heart sing the most, right? It was more of a relationship of convenience, and you're kind of relating them, seeing that they weren't successful because they were bad investments, right? And that perhaps the cups that you should have picked in the past that would have led you to your 10 of cups, you didn't because of self-doubt, some kind of self-doubt or even denial that it was what it was, which kind of with the 8 of cups in reverse didn't set you out on that journey. Didn't set you out on the journey to go find like your real 2 of cups, which gives me the idea that you maybe like you weren't dating for a long time period. Like you just threw the whole bag up. You were just like, nah. 5 of cups. Yeah, this is remorse. This is feeling really remorseful for cups that like you spilt down the drain. The cards are trying to get used to my new space. Maybe. They were doing it at the old space too. They're just like extra, I don't know. Page of Cups in reverse. Having a hard time looking at love a new way. This is an energy of this week really kind of, again, this Gemini full moon that's coming up is really gonna give us a run for our money. Messages of love and light. Hi. Yes, I did you, Gemini. I want to say I did Gemini about an hour ago. So I don't know, maybe like 40 minutes. We're gonna try and time stamp this after this. So I want to say maybe around like the 40-minute mark, somewhere in there. You're having a hard time taking on like a new perspective. I think this week, instead of like looking forward, you're almost just trying to like look in and figure out like where you went wrong. Because until you kind of figure that out, you kind of can't get a new perspective unless you realize what was wrong with the old perspective. Yeah, 8 of Pentacles. Everybody hold on. 8 of Pentacles. Independently kind of working through that. Also, because these are moon signs up here too. Also working through your seasons, looking at different seasons in your life as well. High Priestess. See this sticking out. High Priestess. Realizing times that you did not follow your intuition. Realizing times that you didn't follow your intuition. And really kind of, I'm also getting like valuing your intuition a lot more as well. Again, this is the first quarter moon in Pisces today until Tuesday. The moon will be in Pisces till about Tuesday, I believe. So Tuesday. 2. Interesting. And Tuesday. So I think, the reflection point from the Pisces full moon in the next 2 days is really kind of giving you a little bit of that realizing that you need to kind of look in and figure out like kind of what went wrong in the past, where you kind of misstepped that led you into a place of like a little bit like remorse. So that way for like the next week after that, the next 5 to 7 days, you can kind of independently really assess where it actually was that you misstepped, so that way come the Gemini full moon, you'll be able to have that full purge and then take on that new perspective, turn this Page of Cups upright for yourself, and then be able to move forward and have like a much more fulfilling experience. Beautiful. Empress at the bottom, at the top of the deck. Absolutely beautiful. And be able to kind of become impregnated with, oh look, Temperance. Balance, you know, and kind of be able to birth and nurture new relationships, new seasons, new cycles for yourself. Scorpios are super extra, Amy. They're super extra. Ah! Cards are flying. Cards are flying! Yeah. So that's it, right? We started with Sagittarius? Scorpio. Yeah, there we go. We did it, guys. We did it! Yay! Sunday service complete. Collective coffee complete. Gonna hang out for a couple minutes and then we're gonna skedaddle. If anyone else wants to chit chat, any questions or anything. Like I said, the Sagittarius, your December monthly, that's on the Patreon. I put that live for you on the YouTube as like a little birthday present. The Pisces first quarter reading is going to go up on the Patreon later today. The weeklies are coming up this week. The regular scheduled weeklies. I finished them early last week because I knew I was moving, so I did a couple extra live streams and stuff in the middle to kind of fill the interim. But I'm going back, because it's the end of the month, I'm going back to the Element by Design readings. I did the mini monthlies in November because I wanted to try them out and see how I liked them. And I did. I liked them. But I like the Element by Design readings better. And they're so, like, unique. And they're so personal to us here at the Beehive. So I'm going to go back to the Element by Design readings. So the regular weeklies, the regular scheduled weekly readings, and the Element by Design readings will be up this week on the channel. all of the monthly readings for the Patreon, those are going to go live pretty much after this. I'm going to live them. The Sagittarius one is up on the YouTube as well as a birthday present to the Saggies. The lunar reading will be up on the Patreon later. Oh no, my cards are crazy. All my cards are absolutely crazy. I've been pretty much using the Rider-Waite all week for like a week and a half, like almost exclusively. I've been using a little bit of the Light Seers Tarot. I used the Mystical Shaman for the Sunday service. The Rider-Waite, I don't know what it is, but I'm like no frills this week. I'm like no frills. The Light Seer Tarot is about as frilly as I get. But maybe I'm just saving all the different decks for the Element by Design, because the Element by Design readings are cool because I use like all the different decks for everyone, so that's fun. I use like the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Sometimes I use a crystal deck. I use like all different decks, so that's fun. Palmer, what reading do you suggest to read? Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus? Well, what I always say is that, one, we all have so many different signs in our charts that all of 12 readings that I do, they're all for you. All 12 readings are for you. Especially if you watch them like in succession to each other, they all connect to each other in one way or another. They all kind of bleed in. So there's that. Also, I find, it depends what you're looking for, like in terms of like love and stuff like that. Probably your Venus sign because that has to do with love, sex, and relationships. That's probably going to do more for you. I find that the readings in my moon sign and my rising sign, usually, so for me that would be a Sagittarius or a Libra reading, usually resonate with me more than my sun sign, so that would be Pisces for me. But like I said, all 12 readings are for you. I find that it's best to look at the title of the reading and or the timestamp of the reading. That will usually tell you more, like how well it's going to resonate. If it hits like a certain angel number that you see a lot, or a title that just sort of like hits you, because you might be a Capricorn, but all of a sudden you're like, this Libra reading's hitting, that Cancer reading slaps, and I'm a Virgo, right? So like, it's better to look at the title and the timestamp. But in reality, all 12 readings are for you because they all flow into each other as you go through them. But if I would probably go your moon sign first, and then your rising, and then your sun sign, and then your Venus. Hi, Lucy. Aw, thanks, Charlize. You're so sweet. Woo. I'm tired. See, they've been having me, like, work and then just rest all weekend. Like, I made so many plans this weekend, and I pretty much canceled all of them. I canceled 2 jobs. I canceled a bunch of social engagements. Like, they're like, do some work and then just go rest. Because I'm just, like, I'm losing steam this week. But I forgot, like, how much I've been doing, like, in the last, like, month. I've just been going crazy. In the last month, I filmed like 150 videos. I moved. I quit my job. I got that horrible contact dermatitis. Like, I've just been through it. I've been doing a lot. The baby bees. Thank you, Amy. I feel the readings resonate with me and someone in my life. That's how I look at them. I just get confused when you see how someone feels about you and continues to never speak out. Well, this is the thing too, is that especially when you're cross-watching, I stopped cross-watching videos like a long time ago, because honestly, it doesn't help most of the time. Cross-watching usually does more harm than it does good. But the thing is too, is that people have free will, and even God, like, respects people's free will. Like, even, like, they say the Holy Ghost is a gentleman. Like, he'll never force himself upon you. So even if there's something that, like, God really wants for you, you can use your free will to, like, avoid it, which is why readings and prophecies, all that stuff, it's kind of like the weather, right? I can be like, well, there's an 80% chance that it's going to rain, right? Like, there's an 80% chance that this person feels exactly the same way you do, and that they're going to come forward and they're going to talk to you about it after they work through this issue or this heart healing or whatever it is. But, that 20% is also their free will. So at any point they could have that goal urge or that soul urge to talk to you or to make things right, or they could, you know, God could wake them up in the middle of the night with dreams and make them put a thought about you in their head, or, you know, put something on their heart where they want to make amends, or, you know, but at the same time they can use their free will, their ego, their pride, any of that to kind of fear, denial, doubt, self-doubt, all of that to kind of supersede all of that and then act in a separate accordance to that. So that's how the weather sort of changes. All of a sudden it's not raining anymore, now it's snowing, right? And the situation freezes up. So and also sometimes we don't take into account how long it takes for people sometimes to like do their work and to do their healing as well. We don't know how deeply rooted it is, right? Like we don't the fear thing bugs you. I get that. I understand, because you know when we hear that, we go like, well, why would you be afraid to love me? Like, because I love you and I wouldn't hurt you and I'd never do anything, right? But think about it in a sense of like a dog, right? Like a dog that gets abused, and then that dog gets adopted by like a nice family, right? And every time they go and pet that dog, he winces away because the only thing he knows is abuse. Like the only thing he knows is getting hurt, right? Now over time, that dog could get, you know, associated with that family, slowly learn to trust them, do that whole thing. Now, the thing to remember is that that dog didn't have free will. That dog didn't have the free will to decide whether or not to go to that new family because he's an animal. He just got adopted and now he lives here. Now, if that dog had free will and that new family approached the dog like, hey, do you want to come live with us? We would love you so much. We would rub your belly and give you all the snacks, right? And they go to pet him. He'd be like, get the fuck away from me. And he'd probably go off on his own, right? I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that's a good example. Absolutely. And if, you know, if people don't do their own work as well, they'll just leave later. They'll just leave later. Like that'll happen because something will happen. They'll get triggered and then they'll run off, you know, because they have some kind of unhealed trauma within them. And then that puts you in a position where now you feel rejected, you feel abandoned, and now you have an issue. So sometimes like what seems like life's rejection or rejection from another person is really God kind of stepping in between you and that person to try and protect you, saying, hey, the issues that this person is dealing with, that I'm trying to help this person acknowledge and heal and deal with, they're going to hurt you more than you are going to help that person. So I'm going to separate you because you're also my child and I love you, and your self-worth and your self-esteem and your ability to keep your heart open and untarnished is more important for me, right? It's like a father. It's like, I know, you know, it's like, think about, you know, having kids and they're teenagers and they're in love, and it's like, yeah, I know you're in love with the guy in the leather jacket, but you can't see that he's dealing with a lot of stuff, right? Maybe his parents got divorced, or he grew up on a weird side of town, or he went through some shit. And I know that you think your love can save him, right? But in reality, God's like, my love will save him, right? And it's also important that in a certain sense, you're with someone that's also like equally yoked as you as well. Because if you're on a spiritual path, if you're on a spiritual journey, and then you get with someone that doesn't believe in God at all, they don't believe they have a higher self, they don't understand shadow work, like, you know, and it's not like everyone has to be like as woke as you are, but if they can't resonate with those concepts, right, they don't even acknowledge the fact, they don't even believe in therapy, like none of that stuff, right, then that's going to be hard for you to stay focused on your walk, because they're constantly going to be pulling you to a different vibration. Exactly. And people have to do their own work. Other people aren't our pet projects. And I know that because I've had plenty of years of my life where I made people my pet projects, right? And it didn't work out well because people are people. They're not paper mache. And that's hard to accept sometimes, you know? And even vice versa. Sometimes people treat us like paper mache, right? There are plenty of times that I've gone out with people or gone on dates and they're like, you do what on YouTube and what, and that's weird, and then, you know, they sit there and they try and play like devil's advocate with me and do the whole thing, you know. I went on a date not that long ago, and the guy, he didn't believe in God or like anything like that at all, which doesn't, you know, that's his business, that's not my business, it's his business. Hey Travis. And like in the middle of the date we were like going on a walk, And he was trying to play devil's advocate with me about God. And he was like, well, if God's real, then he could just drop a bag of money right in front of us right now. And I was like, okay, not only is that super disrespectful and also asinine, but also, like, we're not going to have a second date, right? And he approached me afterwards and was like, you want to go on a second date? And I was like, no. And he's like, I didn't mean to be disrespectful. And I was like, for sure, I know you didn't. You were just operating from your own place of experience or whatever. Like, I don't judge you. Like, it's totally fine. But, like, I can't date you because being with someone like you who's constantly antagonizing, like, that doesn't work for me, right? Like, we have to be somewhat equally yoked. We have to be somewhat on the same page. Aw, Travis, you're so sweet. The dog has to come. I gotta date you and the dog. But, you know, it's important because otherwise they'll distract you from your walk. And there's already so many things in the world that will distract you from, like, walking that narrow path, right? Social media, weird energies, self-doubt, old traumas, like, they all creep up. Like, it's already so hard to stay focused sometimes and, like, keep your eyes on God, right? On your potential, on your growth. Stay positive. You can do it. You can do it. The best days are ahead of us. God is good. God is good. Your promises are coming in, right? And that's just on your own. So if you have someone else that's, like, already pulling on you and dealing with their own traumas and they don't want to acknowledge them and they don't want to heal them and they don't want to, then God, you're barely going to keep your head above water. It's like being in a swimming pool, right? And you're, like, swimming in the deep end, and then there's someone else that can, like, they're barely kind of keeping their pace, like, in the shallow end. If you try and pull them into the deep end, right? Being like, I love you so much. I'm so spiritual. I got this. Come over here. Follow me. They have to be able to float, right? Like, they have to be able to tread water on their own, because if they can't, they're going to pull you down trying to save themselves. And then there you go. And so that's why there's separate ends of the pool. Not one side isn't better and then the other side. No side's better, no side's worse, but there's separate ends of the pool. It's for safety, right? It's for safety. God does it. You know, I was doing better. Slip back. He does not open up or expressing his pain to his dad. Has felt abandoned from him since childhood, but still craves his attention. Yeah, I understand that. And Jeanette, some places and some people are safer places for us to express our feelings and our pains than other places and people, right? But over time, relationships can be evolved and healed and transformed, but it takes time. It absolutely takes time. Not a man ever since childhood, still craves his attention. Absolutely, that's very normal. That's very normal with parent-child dynamics. It's super normal. It takes time. That's why, like, so much of this stuff, it feels so above our head, right? Like, the layers of life, the trauma and the drama and the abandonment and the pain and this, it kind of, like, buries you alive, and that's why you kind of call out to God, and he kind of, like, pulls you out from the muck. At least for me, like, that's really, like, what helped me, because so often I can't see past my own pain or my own vices or my own this or my own that, you know? And it's God, it's Jesus, the one that kind of pulls me up, you know, like a baby by my ankle and kind of shakes me off, because so often it's so much bigger than me. Absolutely, Palmer. That's great. It's a nurturing thing. It's about him being kind of re-nurtured. When you start your walk too, it's like a process of, like, reparenting yourself. It's like a little bit, or like letting God sort of, like, reparent you. Absolutely, Dana. Absolutely. We can't rush other people's processes because we don't know how deeply rooted it is, right? Of course. I love you, Palmer. You know I love you, girl. All right, y'all. Let's see. Sagittarius, your monthly readings out. Patreon, the rest of the monthly readings are coming out pretty much right now. I'm gonna put them live. We're going back to the Element by Design readings, so those will be out this week along with the regularly scheduled monthlies. If you are participating in the special December event, then I'm getting that like finalized and finished up and all the stuff for that in the next couple days, and so I'll be reaching out to everyone so you're abreast of the developments and what we're doing. Yeah, so yeah, that's what we got going on this week. Every Gemini seems, and he's now coming out of that shell. They can actually be very emotionally introverted even though they're social. And don't forget, whatever sign is closest to yours too, you mirror that a lot. So Geminis and Cancers are very, very similar. Geminis hide in a shell just like a Cancer hides in a shell. But yeah, so that's that on that. I love you guys very, very much. Thank you all for being here. You guys, I adore you endlessly. I adore you. I'm going to go put up those Patreon monthlies right now, and I will see you very, very soon. I love you. Goodbye.